Hey there, everybody. How are you? Welcome back to another episode of Brick and Mortar Visibility. I am your host, Melissa Rose, and if you are a regular listener, you probably can tell that I am under the weather. My voice is not here, so I am not going to record a brand new episode for you this week. I am going to pull back something from the archives, and I actually am kind of excited about this because this podcast that was recorded in 2020. That was the year the podcast came out. This podcast was the most downloaded that year, and I re-listened to it and I just had to smile because it genuinely is good content. It is so important for us to pay attention to where we are losing the most time and money in our business. So take a listen and hit me up in the DMs on the podcast. It was called In the Nitty Gritty, and now we are Brick and Mortar Visibility. So hit me up in the DMs on Instagram, Brick and Mortar Visibility, and let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. And without further ado, I am going to sign off and hand it over to the 2020 Ms. Melissa Rose, sharing with you the ways that you are losing time and money in your business.
Life moves fast, and so do these episodes. You are busy juggling all the things: work, life, kids, relationships, and everything else nitty-gritty. But you have vividly wild dreams to get. My name's Melissa Rose, and let me just say, I get that growing a family and scaling a profitable business is no small feat, no matter how early we wake up or how much caffeine we consume. But I'm here to tell you, you can and will through consistent, inspired action. In this show, we're going to be encouraged, we're going to be empowered, and we're going to leave with a quick win that you can apply today in your business, life, or relationship. Sound good, ladies? Let's get real.
And now your host, the consistency queen, Melissa Rose, who truly believes the bigger her hair, the smaller her backside appears.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of In the Nitty Gritty. It is so great to be here as always. Happy Wednesday if you're listening in real time. This podcast is dedicated to those boss entrepreneurs who are juggling all the things: work, life, kids, relationships, and everything else nitty gritty. And today we are going to dive deep into that one thing. And I know this thing is for real. This one thing that is causing you to lose freedom of time and profits in your business. So we are going to dive deep into that topic. But before we do, I just want to say welcome, especially if you're brand new here. We talk about the real things of life and entrepreneurship and relationships, and talk about the nitty gritty, and then leave feeling empowered and inspired and ready to take action. If you don't know who I am, I want to introduce myself. I am Melissa Rose. I am a single mama of 5 kiddos, ages 17. Yes, we are in 17 down to 8. I am the proud owner of my dance studio, The Dancing House, here in the beautiful Hudson, Wisconsin area. If you have not been to our river town, Hudson, Wisconsin, plan a visit in the summer, but it's gorgeous and lovely. I love a good IPA and a bucket of popcorn while binging on Schitt's Creek, which, come on, who doesn't love that show? And I am also a business coach, helping brick and mortar businesses go from chaos to clarity through consistent action. And that is my big passion, is helping other entrepreneurs go through the gamut with running their business and helping them be the best they can be in their business and in their life with their most important people.
Hey there, guys. Have you stopped over at MsMelissaRose.com? If not, I invite you to come over today. I get asked this question all the time. How in the world do you do it all? With 5 kids, a single mom, and 2 businesses, how do you manage to stay so consistent? Well, I created a freebie for you called my 5 Top Tools for Consistency. And these are tools that I use every single day in my business, you guys, to help keep me accountable, to help keep me on target, and to help grow my business. And they are shared there with you in my 5 Top Tools for Consistency. So go on over to MsMelissaRose.com and pick up your free copy. Peace.
So today we're going to talk about this topic of your backside. And it's not the backside you're thinking about, y'all. It's your back office. That place that nobody really sees. Everybody has beautiful pictures and products and services and great word of mouth and maybe a nice website, but we don't see the behind the scenes because that's not really pretty pretty and glamorous, is it? But you guys, that is the biggest place where we do all our work. It's our office. It's the back office of our business that keeps track of everything. And when we are feeling in chaos mode or overwhelmed, it's because our back office isn't in place. And this is the place where we're losing the most time and the most profitability in our business. There's a couple reasons why we are losing time and profits. Number one, a lot of us, when we start out in business, we are scrappy and resourceful, right? We're making things work. We're figuring it out. And I have a huge heart for those people because that was me. We were figuring it out. We're doing what we can to make things work. Therefore, we're patchworking different softwares to make them work. They may not be doing everything we need to do, but you know what? This one does client management. This one will store all my photos, and this one will do the invoicing. And we're kind of patchworking things together, and things are not connected or streamlined. And therefore, the learning curve on each of them, you have to learn that and take the time to maybe integrate them if they have to, or just go from software to software. The other reason we're losing time and money is because we are not going deep enough into those platforms or operating procedures that we have. Sometimes we are not taking the time to invest and really understand what they do. And because of that, we're doubling up as well and using maybe a bunch of different tools when we're like, oh, this one really does it all. So we're going to talk about that today a little bit deeper about what you need and what you already have in place and figuring out what would be best going forward. Traditionally, people will go and take a day in January and clean out their office, reorganize, and do all that stuff, especially when we were doing a lot of paperwork, like just organize and get things like maybe starting to get ready for taxes. But I wanted to have this episode early in November so that you could be mindful of what you're doing now and just pay attention to what you're doing in your back office systems right now, and maybe make a mental note or write something down to think about going deeper into a software that you already have, or figuring out maybe I should get rid of this and invest higher, invest in something that's doing more for me, so that when you get to that day in January or later December, you're not just starting out the process. You kind of have an idea of mentally of what you should do and where you should go. So let's get going. When we look at client management systems and software for your business, in the beginning, when people are asking me, what should I think about, Melissa? I want you to think about your industry. There are already software programs and client management systems and things that help you based on industry. For example, for the dance studio, we have Dance Studio Pro for dance studios. It's geared for dance studios, so it's very intuitive of what we need and making it work for us. Realtors might have something. Physical therapists might have something. So based on your industry, look at that first. And your industry, you could ask around and find recommendations that way. Then from there, I want you to think about these 5 buckets or boxes, if you will. Some people will say there's no perfect system, and I would agree. There's probably not a perfect system. You're probably going to use 1 or 2 software programs, maybe even 3, but there are some that are more robust, and they are worth the investment if you're ready to do that. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit too. So first of all, the buckets. First of all, does it have a scheduling system within it? For example, Acuity and Calendly are your scheduling systems where you can take appointments. People can pay for those appointments or those times. File storage, Dropbox or Google are examples of that. CRM, this is your client management. Dubsado is a big one. ActiveCampaign, HoneyBook, HubSpot. Then we have our project management. So if you're working with a team and keeping things organized, Trello is really popular. Asana is another one. ClickUp, Basecamp, those are all examples of project management tools. And then your invoicing. QuickBooks, of course. Then we have Stripe and PayPal. They can also do that. So those are the 5 basic needs that businesses need. Your business might need something else, but for the dance studio, we use Dance Studio Pro, and it has the capacity to schedule trials. It has the file storage available. It has the CRM. It does does have the project management. So now we're at 4, and it does do invoicing and capturing payments. I still use QuickBooks outside of that though, because I do all my financials through QuickBooks so that I have my P&L and everything like that for my CPA. So my Dance Studio Pro does all of that, and it's awesome, keeps track of email templates. Are there things that I wish it would do a little better? Yes. And the only reason I know that is because I use a different software program for my coaching business. So like I said, not everything is going to be perfect, but it checks a lot of the boxes, and it's pretty robust, and it's a great price for what we get. With my coaching business, I use another software because it does so much. It does the website, so I'm able to have many different landing pages, sales pages. It has Acuity. It links up to my Acuity. It has an awesome file storage, video, GIFs, audio, everything. CRM is amazing. So email campaigns and everything like that I can track and know stats. The project management tool aspect is not there in this program that I use. And then it does have the ability to do the invoicing and collecting of payments. I use QuickBooks outside of this, again, just for the CPA aspect, so that everything's in one place and I know exactly where my financials are. So this is, like I said, it goes deep, and I can use this platform. This is Simplero I use for my coaching business, and I do like it. And here's the thing. If you are going to invest in a robust program, once you make that investment, it's very painful to change. They say you stick with it as long as you can, because there's so much material that you have invested in this software in your back office with all the content and all the stats and everything like that, that you aren't going to change unless the pain is so much. And with my coaching platform, I won't be changing because it does have so much. And I am not using Simplero to its full potential because there are so many bells and whistles there that I could go deeper on, which is exciting, but it can be overwhelming. So based on where you are in your business, you might be just starting out. So I want you to be really mindful of what you should be looking for and keep the end in mind of where you want your business to grow and scale, and check off as many of these buckets as possible that work within your budget. If you have a bigger budget and are able, invest in that bigger, robust software, because you won't have to switch or upgrade later on. And whenever you upgrade and transfer things over, this is a tip. It's probably worth the time to invest in a professional or somebody who's an expert in that field. For example, if you're upgrading from Wix to Kajabi, it's worth the time to maybe have somebody take 2 hours, 3 hours, or half a day to transfer everything over for you versus you trying to figure it out. Or hire that coach or expert for 2 hours to teach you so that you're not having to waste so much time learning the program, because it is a bit of a learning curve. But when you know it and can invest deeply, like really know the system really well, it's so worth it. So I wanted to give you those 5 buckets to really think about when you are looking at platforms. And based on where you are in your business, to be mindful of what you're using now. Maybe there's something that you could get rid of that you're already using now that's doubling up when you learn about it. So in these next few days, I want you to think about what you're using, how you can streamline it better, maybe go deeper within a platform, or maybe get rid of it altogether and use something else. And then I want you to put a date on the calendar in late 2020 here or early 2021 where you are actually taking action and doing the hard work of getting rid of a platform or learning more about one so that you can make use of it better and be more streamlined in your systems. And that might be your team, somebody on your team helping you, or it might be you doing it and then teaching the team, that assistant or whoever you have. But it's so worth it to take that half day or whatever it is for you in your business and invest in the back end of your office, because that is truly, once those systems are super clean and just smooth sailing, it makes all the difference in your stress level, in your time freedom, and then ultimately in your profits. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start, I invite you to schedule a 20-minute boost call with me. I have a free 20-minute call where you can chat and we can get together and you can share with me where you're at in your business and struggles that you might have, and I can help guide you a little bit in what direction you should go in this fun territory of back office management. It is fun and overwhelming all at the same time, but I do do geek out on it and would love to help you if you need help. If you found this helpful, I would love it if you hit me up in the DMs, let me know, or better yet, take a screenshot of it and share it on your social network and tag In the Nitty Gritty, and then I will be able to say a big thank you to you as well. Or share it with your favorite boss babe and let her know you were thinking of her. That will make her day just as well. Hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for listening, and we will see you here, same time, same place next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hey there, guys, real quick. If you are loving the podcast, could you do me a huge favor? Would you rate and review this podcast so other people could find it? That is the best way for people to find more about In the Nitty Gritty. Thanks so much. Peace.